Hello guys. Second one is proof of stake. Second consensus mechanism is proof of stake. We will talk about it. So, actually, it replaces computational power with economic stake. Instead of proving you have expended energy, you are proving you have skin in the game by locking up cryptocurrency as a collateral. So, actually, validators are selected to propose and validate blocks based on the amount of cryptocurrency they have stake. The selection process is typically pseudo-random, but weighted by stake size. If there is a randomization, but still it weighted by stake size. If validators act maliciously or fail to perform their duties, their stake is slashed. The probability of validating a new block is determined by how large of stake a person holds. There are the randomization, but still it depends on your stake you have, how large of stake you have. The validators do not receive a block reward. Instead, they collect network fees as their reward. Proof of stake systems can be much more cost and energy efficient than proof of work, but are less proven. But the thing is that, in proof of work, energy economy was too much high. The but it was solving decentralization. It was solving centralization problem with energy. It was depending the energy that you spend. In here, it is depend stake that you have. So this is also actually it is also this system is also solving centralization problem. There should be a guy who has the for example who has 51% of the stake in all the system. It's almost impossible. So actually, it works. Validators stake a minimum amount of cryptocurrency into the protocol. The protocol randomly selects a validator to propose the next block. Other validators attest to validity of proposed block. Insufficient validators, typically two of three, attest the block is finalized. Validators earn rewards proportional to their stake. It depends to their stake. So malicious behavior results in a stake slashing. Stake slashing. This is the key security mechanism. So if a validator proposes conflicting blocks, attests to invalid blocks, or frequently attempts to attack the network, they lose that a portion or all of their stake funds. This creates strong economic incentives for honest behavior. So there's, as I said before, unlike a proof of work where attackers can rent mining power temporarily, stake funds are locked and slashed if attacks are detected. Furthermore, attacking the network devalues the very asset the attacker holds. There are really good advantages actually. Energy efficiency, Ethereum, for example, transition to proof of stake reduced its energy consumption by 99.95. It's around 99%. It is keeping it is keeping the energy. It is faster than proof of work because block can be finalized in minutes rather than requiring multiple confirmations. So low barriers to entry, no need for expensive mining equipment. Anyone with a minimum stake can participate. Proof of stake enables sharding and other scaling solutions more easily than proof of work. So disadvantages. but theoretically, validators could validate multiple competing chains without cost. Mm, so attackers could try to rewrite history from Genesis. I mean, but the thing is that we should know that there are some disadvantages and advantages to proof of work. But I mean, guys, this is also a cool consensus mechanism. There are randomization, and it is depending to your stake. I mean, it's weighted by your stake. I mean, it is important how much stake you have, but still there are randomization. So I mean, there is difference proof of with the proof of work and between proof of work and proof of stake. Proof of work to add each block to the chain. Miners must compete to solve a difficult puzzle using their computer. I mean, using their computers. I mean, process. This is competition power. I mean, in the proof of stake, there is no competition as the block creator is chosen by an algorithm based under. I mean, based on the user's stakes. I mean, it depends. In here, it depends on your competition power. In here, in the proof of work, it depends on your processing power. In the proof of stake, it depends on your stake you have. So in order to in proof of work, in order to add a malicious block, you have to have a computer more powerful than 51 percent of the network. I mean, this is almost impossible because there are millions of miners, and you have just you are the one. I mean, you have to have 51% of the power of the system. I mean, it is almost impossible. So, in a proof of stake, in order to add a malicious block, have to own 51% of all the cryptocurrencies on the network. I mean, on the proof of work, you have to have 51% of the energy. On the proof of stake, you have to have 51% of the cryptocurrency on the network. So actually, you can think it is possible, but I can say that, guy, both of them. I mean, they are good consensus mechanism. Both of them are almost impossible. I mean, lastly, proof of work. I mean, the first miner to solve the puzzle is giving a reward for their work, and on the stake or proof of stake, there is no reward for making a block, so the block creator takes a transaction fee. As I said before, it depends on the stake you have, guys. I mean, there are some differences, but basically the difference between proof of work and proof of stake is I mean, we can say that energy stake 51% of the energy, 51% of the stake. I mean, it's almost the cracking to cracking these two systems are almost impossible. So, guys, in the next we will talk about different consensus mechanism, but these two are the common we can say that the common two. So I'm finishing this part of the course. So next we will talk about other consensus mechanisms.